not right.
Everybody, I got an attitude because Tasha stresses me out.
Hey, everybody. She is
Got me up here
some.
looking like Shahrazad Ali and my head wrapping right because I ain't centered because Taisha told me it wasn't centered. Hey y'all,
She's just got too much going on right now.
always.
Very.
She wants me to look crazy. Honey, I'm a black super dime. Like I do the whole fashion thing. How am I gonna look crazy?
Hi, everybody. Let's try this again. We're on episode 16. Thanks for
Hi
tuning
everybody.
in. This is called Black History and Love. And I'm going into a poem that was written by Michael Wynn. It's called I Am the Black Child. I am special. I'm ridiculed, but cannot say or sway away from myself. I am strong. Obstacles cannot stop me. I hold my head up high, proudly proclaiming my uniqueness. I hold my pace. I continue to move forward through adversity. I am proud of my culture and my history. I am confident that I can achieve my every goal. I am becoming all that I can be. I am Black child. I am a child of God.
I think Tasha wanted to be a preacher in her former life. She's always being all conviction. I am
I am.
somebody.
I love a lot of stuff that says I am because it gives conviction in your body and
A
lets you
little
know that
narcissistic, don't you think?
that's how you push yourself up. You motivate yourself. You shouldn't have to wait for somebody else to
You know how?
motivate you.
Do you know how Narcissisto died? By looking at himself. He drowned in a pool of water because
Well, that would be him, not I. That's my name. She said
Tyson.
Taisha.
I couldn't get this head wrap right, Todd, but Shahrazad Ali over here made me wear it. So here I am, all
No.
jacked up.
Anyway, guys, going into it, we like to just talk a little bit about what this episode entails and the reason why we went into Black history and discussed it this month, even though we should, speak about Black history and not just speak about it in February. I'm trying to go into this. So the banner here that I have, it's called Reset Your Black Love. So Rita Dove, Michael Lynn, Maya Angelou, Nikki Giovanni, Langston Hughes are some of the greatest poets, Black poets now. And there are some more that's out there that's actually upcoming and new that we've had on here. And we hope to bring some on in the near future as well. So Tammy, how was your weekend?
My weekend was absolutely fine. I just came off a
Your
vacation yesterday. So I'm well rested. But I had a good Valentine's Day. My cousin Michelle and I had a seafood boil, so we were really good. I posted it on my page. So I ate myself to sleep last night. Tasha, if you have your phone on, you have to turn it down because I can hear the echo of it.
That's an echo coming from your computer, honey.
Um,
Sorry. Check
Because my
yourself.
phone was on. My phone was on, so I had to turn it off because I could see it.
No, my phone's not on, honey. We're not on with each
You
other
got
on the
way too
phone.
much attitude. I hung up on her one time today. If I click off and come back on, y'all already know she done got on my nerves again.
Anyway, guys,
How was your weekend, Tasha?
well, my weekend was fine. I spent some time with James, and then my two sisters actually came over and visit me, Michelle and Donna, and we had a great weekend together. We went to one of our favorite spots called Kava. If you haven't been there, it's a salad place, better than Chipotle or Qdoba's. Way better, and it's fresh and it's very clean.
Yep. So Tasha,
You're
we were
very
kind of
low.
debating. Sometimes we were debating about our topic today, and we're just trying to get away from sometimes being so orchestrated because sometimes just flowing in a natural vibe is just great. Last week's show was amazing, and unfortunately, because it had so much profanity,
That
I
she
can't seem
know
to
of.
see it.
She doesn't know what it
I
was.
know, but it's not posted. Tosh says she saw it. Tariq, our guest last week, who was an awesome poet, he said he saw it, but my cousin Dewan and I didn't see it. So I don't know. Maybe my settings are off. But we
Not
wanted to just talk about. I'm sorry, Tasha.
Go
What
ahead.
were you saying? We just wanted to talk about a little bit about Black love, the Black community. And sometimes I think Tasha didn't want to be in a negative space, but I'm in a space, and I'm going to be transparent. I'm just in a space where I'm just a little bit, I'm disgusted. People are not working, people are not eating. And I never want to be in a space of not being honest because I think it's offensive to people. I'm in a space where I have taken people to food shopping because people are not working, people are not eating. Every time I watch the news and I see this, I'm just like, oh, just it breaks my heart. And I know that how blessed I am and how blessed Tasha is and how blessed Taisha is that we've all been gainfully employed through all this, but there are people that are not necessarily in that space. Tasha has a new life coming. She's in a great space, but everybody's not in a happy space. So I'm heavy a little bit more than usual because I'm like, everybody's not us. And I don't take that for granted. And I thank God for all of my blessings. But, people are struggling out here.
They sure are. I mean, because speaking on what Tammy said about why I didn't want to be in a negative, because sometimes I feel like we go through so much negativity, bring something positive into people's lives, even though they're going through much, because I feel that when you have all this negativity in you, it wears down your health, your body. You don't even realize that it's wearing on you. It could be on your face, or you can get some knots on you just having tight muscles, or, you know, and you could get, you can die. You can literally die from all the
Oh, sure.
negativity.
It's
It's
very
it's
dramatic.
true. I'm going to be dramatic because I've seen it.
Right. But as I said to her via text today, because I usually talk to Tasha at least 5 times a day. So we either talk 5 times a day or we don't talk at all. So we have extreme behaviors. And I'm like, Tash, it's not necessarily meaning that we're being negative, more so than it's that we're being realistic. And I always want to present ourselves as a safe space. But when you're not honest about certain things, right, it's offensive. That's how I see it. And I could be wrong, and I pan a lot of things off of my cousin Dewan, and I'll pan some things off of Taisha, who's also they're my Leo king and queen. Um, my dramatics can be a little bit overbearing at times for me. So sometimes I gotta be like, am I being rational? But I just say prayers, and when I wake up to the news and I hear that people are not eating, and there are places that are making food packages because people are literally deciding which days they eat and their children can eat, my heart breaks. But nevertheless, we're here. We made it. As Tariq
Yeah.
said, we are a resilient people and we will make it. I'm just interested to know that what is it as a Black community that we can do, right, to love on each other. And I think that one of the best things that we can do is be very supportive. And I will say that my network of family and friends that I really am close with, I have learned to love and appreciate, because you can't be around everybody, right now. So Taisha is in the process of setting up something. So I'm looking forward to, doing this vision board party, because I have some things that I want to put on. And Taisha's vision boards are not quite like everybody else's. Her vision boards are dope. They're not just cardboard. She goes and gets the pretty frames and things of that nature. But I think that we can be very supportive of each other at this point in time if we have not been. Learn to share with people if you have a little bit more than others, because that's something that I try to do. If I have a really good friend, and every time, he hasn't been able to work, and who your friends are when things are not so fair weather, right? So sometimes I have to take him food shopping. Sometimes I have to give him a little coin to put in his pocket. But in my mind, God, if you blessed me, it's just nothing. It's not even a second thought. Tasha's the same way. My cousin Michelle's the same way. I know Taisha's the same way. And it's not necessarily a thing about telling what you do. But if you are in a position where you're eating and you have a roof over your head, you're so blessed. And we can love on each other by being very supportive of each other and doing for people who don't necessarily have at this time. My girlfriend Jenny, she has done food drives for Thanksgiving and things of that nature. And you don't have to wait until Thanksgiving, right? We know that people are struggling now. So if it's some of us that maybe can get together and do a can drive over, New York, New Jersey, Atlanta, where we can kind of just help other people.
And that's the thing, like piggybacking off of that about Black history and love. This month and even next month, challenge yourself. If you're in your community, show some love to your fellow kind. Go out and who knows, put some money in the envelope and just put it on somebody's doorstep, or
That
cash
needs
app
it.
somebody that
Yeah,
needs
yep,
it.
that's a
I
good one,
mean,
right?
and how do you know if they need it or not? Because some people do hide that, like they were saying, that some people don't let you know what's going on inside them or what they're going through. So you never know. You may give it to somebody and they may be in need, or they may bless somebody else. I mean, to me, when I bless someone, they say, "Oh my goodness, I can't, I need to do something for you." And I'm like, what the best thing you can do for me is pass it on to somebody else.
Take
Because I don't,
care.
I don't need it to come. It's going to come back to me. God's going to give it back to me, but I need you to push forward and do it for somebody else. Cause that's the best thing, is just keep that trail going. And when we see that we can help our community, we have to love on us Black people. We have to. If we
Yes.
don't love on ourselves, who else is going to love on us?
And historically, when I think about, when I just looked at the word history on the screen, I thought about um, when the civil rights era was going on, and when Rosa Parks, did the bus boycott, and how people would walk, and help each other. My girlfriend Kenya did a historical black. She did like a her own tour through the South this summer, maybe back before the new year started. And what she did, I forget, it was called the Blue Book. And when people would travel south, there were people's houses and restaurants where they knew they could eat and wouldn't be discriminated against. You know what I mean? So I think that is something that we've always done as a people, and it's imperative that we keep that up, because we're in a strange place. We feel like we've progressed so much, but yet and still you see stuff that is like, what year is this again? So people are going to be people. I think sometimes I think the last presidential office kind of made people a little too comfortable with where they already were, so they became a little bit more out about it. And people are just in a strange place, but people are not having it. But then on top of that, people are being discriminated against. But in addition to, people are heavy. It's just a heaviness on, you can't go anywhere because you might get sick and die. You can't be around people that you love
Right.
because you're social distancing. So it's very, very difficult. Who's that?
That's just
Oh,
us
okay. I thought somebody
thanking
came back.
our supporters.
So, how Tasha, how I mean, anybody else who comes on, what would you say is a way that we can love on each other from a community standpoint? And I think, when you look at healthcare disparities and everything, and I always tell you guys with the classes that I'm taking, sometimes education is good, but sometimes it's such an eye opener that it's like, "Argh." Sometimes I read the articles and the chapters that are assigned, and I'm heavy. I'm heavy because I'm like,
Yeah.
how do people go through this for centuries,
Yeah.
right? And when they start burning down McDonald's and Taco Bell's, like you can't produce with so much, you can't take with so much as a people. So I think that it's we have to learn how to not be judgmental. I was telling Tasha a topic that I wanted to discuss, which we will be doing in the near future, about single parenting in the Black community, because it affects every aspect of our communities, and there's a connotation that goes with it. So those are things that we will be talking about in the future. But Black people are so dope in the midst of discrimination, in the midst of how many people have started businesses. I'm like, people ain't playing. It make people go dig into their bag of tricks, for lack of better term. So
And I think during this time of this pandemic, it has helped a lot of people also dig into their gifts of things, or just doing more sharing and caring. It kind of made us take a step back and stop being so fast paced all the time, and it makes you start thinking about stuff and just appreciating life in general. Um, so yeah, just go out there and love on each other, support each other, give the things that we need. Some people just need a text sometimes. Scroll through your phone. I know you got some numbers in there that you probably haven't talked to somebody in years. Just stroll through and text and say, hey, this is so and so, I'm just thinking about you. Just those little things right there mean so much to people.
right, and learn how to embrace people differences. Don't be in the mean
Yes.
girl space. If you've been that person, this is a time where you can really self-reflect and think about where you've gone and where you've been and where you want to go, right? But I've never really been that. I'm mean, but I'm not the mean girl. Sasha will tell you, look, Dewan calls me mean. I mean, I'm stern, right? But I'm not mean. And if I can't be a blessing, I definitely won't be a burden to people. But I think that it's imperative that we got to stop this judgmental stuff. And, we're all the same. We all have problems. You have money, you have people who are broke, but we all
Yes.
have struggles that we've come from. And some of us, and this is another thing I'm learning, everything affects people differently. Whereas one person can die, some people will crumble, other people are a lot stronger, some people go indulge themselves into other things. We just have to be a little bit more sensitive to how people deal with things and the nature of people. But find your happy. People are literally, my girlfriend Kenya and I was just laughing about some things the other night, and people are literally dying. You see people 1 minute and go on the next.
Yes.
So this is the time where if you're not happy about something, don't be afraid to go into the educational program that you wanted to do. Don't be afraid to move to another state. Don't be afraid to get a new job in a different industry. This is
Right.
it. I
Stop
asked
being
my friend,
quiet.
and I asked my friend Aaron the other day. I said, Aaron, um, what I say? What you want to do with your life? He's like, Tam, I'm a certain age. I'm doing what I want to do in my life. Like I don't have time to wait. So we're living in the now. And if you're
Yes.
trying to do something, do it now.
Do it now.
What time else is it better? Don't stop living in a space of fear. If you believe in God, if he guides you to it, He'll provide you through it, right?
And
So
and not only that, piggybacking off of that, what do you have to lose? So if you fall, okay, things have fallen down in your life, you have had things that fail, but it taught you and you learn from those things. So what do you have to lose? Just try it. Go off of it. Don't feel intimidated by things that you feel that, oh, I can't do this. Growing up, my mother told me never say the word I can't. Take that
right.
out your vocabulary, because she said
We couldn't say it in my house. Right.
there is nothing you can't do. So
Put your brain to it, right?
yeah,
Right.
put your
And
mind
God
to it.
gives us right. And if God gives it to you, He definitely, and I can attest to that. I was telling another friend of mine, Yolanda, I remember her. She was an assistant dean at our college, and she decided she wanted to go back to school. People were like, "Oh, you're gonna leave, your position," and I was laughing with her just last week, and I was like, "Yolanda, like, what better time would it have been for you to do it now? Like, what else can you do right now? You really can't
Right.
do much." So school was it, and she's this semester is her last semester of her coursework at Seton Hall University for her PhD. And she's only 31. But I'm like, look, I mean, she got an assistantship. She didn't pay anything for school. But imagine if she would have operated in fear. She would have lost time. She wouldn't have gotten it done. So last year, this time, she was going into her second semester of her PhD program. This year, she's finishing up her classwork, and now she'll be working on her dissertation. So I thank God for all the positive forces that I keep around me, and that's another thing. Keep yourself around people who motivate you.
Yes.
That's a part of self care, right?
Yes.
I would say,
Self-care.
right?
And
We did
those
self.
negative ones, toss them. Because even at work, when I'm around somebody that's negative, that's always complaining, I have to remove myself from that, because that negative
Because it's an
energy,
energy zapper.
it is.
Hmm.
It
It
is.
is.
And
So I mean, as crazy as I am, I really do keep myself. I thank God for all of my positive people. But like I said, if I don't like you, I don't deal with you. That's just who I am as a person, because it's too much energy that I'm exerting, and I don't try to put a peg into a square. I'm not that girl. I don't force energies. I don't force interactions. If I'm not liking it and if I'm feeling it, I will remove myself, because I can be doing a lot more at 45. Who's playing those type of games? Not I, said the duck.
so
Right?
right now, I would like for our viewers, just post on there what is Black love to you? What does Black history mean to you? How do you feel about it? What are some things that you think that you can do to love on each other? I mean, add those in the comments, and we'd like to post those up there just so we can get a feel of not just perspectives from Tammy and I, but our audience who has been supporting us since October 5th. We
Which
are
is
so I can't believe we've been rolling that long, Tammy, every week, like nonstop.
almost at episode 20.
Yes, yes, we're almost there. But just thinking, I know on my page that I have, my Facebook and Instagram page, I've been reading Bible verses every morning, like 5 o'clock in the morning or 6 o'clock. I just get up, read it, and I'll post them. Or if I don't post that, I try to post positive things. For this month, I started posting who I'm going to honor for that day. And so I post things that who I'm going to honor, like Harriet Tubman, my nephew, Jade, he just started, he's the first generation to go to med school to become a doctor, so just little things like that. I posted that I honor a poet one weekend, one day, you know, post some positive things and give somebody something to look forward to, or research stuff that you probably don't even know. Michael Wynn, that poem right there, I like that poem, but who ever heard of him? You know, it's not a popular name, but his poems are very powerful and they're motivated.
Yeah, and on that note, Tasha was trying to get on me about my poem, but when y'all hear my poem, it's very, very typical. It's one of my it's one of my favorites. And as I was reading it, I was like, "Oh, this is me, honey."
Well, we have Kimaya here, says
Thank you, Maya.
protect your energy, stay away from the doubter tribe, the negative tag-alongs. Exactly. Agree. Thank you for that. Thank you for that.
Me and Kamaya. Kamaya has been one of my babies since 2007, and I've seen her go through so many struggles. But she's like what I call my comeback kid because nothing keeps Kamaya down, right? So I know Black women are just strong in ourselves. You know, when I did the post, if anyone's seen the post on my Bus with the Dime page, my god sister Kim was um, the fashion designer as well as the coat designer, and she was a photographer for the shoot. And she asked me, like, so I want you all to give me something about Black women. And I said, if I had to say four things about Black women, it would be strong, innovative, supportive. And we literally are the spine of society because we have built countries, we have nursed other people's babies.
Yes.
We built Washington, D.C., let alone the White House. So, I mean, we are so dope in our nature and nothing breaks us. You know, nothing breaks us. You give us a sack of potatoes, we'll make outfits. So, like, that's who we are. Sasha, you got somebody else
Yes,
coming
I do. I have somebody, I have Kimaya on here.
in?
Let's post hers and I'm gonna get you to read that for us.
Okay. Black history to me is knowing and understanding where we genuinely come from and embracing it. Also accepting that we still hold the traits of knowledge and gifting from our ancestors who were slaves. Black history has shown me I was born into greatness. That's right, kid. I just got chills when I said that. It is. It definitely is. We've taken the worst of situations and made the best. And as Tyreek said last week, we've come through so many other pandemics, right? That Tyreek was so dope and he's looking forward to his next visit. But we are born survivors.
Yes.
Um, I was watching something, and I think I told you guys that last week, about, the transatlantic slave trade and how it was just tragic. But we lived through that stuff. It's not happy, but we did. If we came through slavery, come on, pandemic ain't killing nobody, right?
Yeah. So we got Taisha on here.
Tie,
Miss
tie,
Gary
yeah.
on here just talking about something that she put up here. And we like to thank Kimaya for participating with us in that. Let's get Ty. See, I'm trying to do so much here, guys. My eyes are rolling back and forth.
I'm trying to get Tasha some hip. Siobhan, where you at? Because I'm about to get at you. Simple phone. You want to read that or you want me to read it?
You can read it.
Taisha says simple phone calls, encouragement, offering a listening ear, definitely some laughs, offering a safe space. Taisha, thank you for always being my safe space. Being truthful with loved ones, sending music, sharing audible books, sharing recipes. My vision board party, yay, I can't wait. It's all Black love. It is. And we've learned to love on those who we can love on genuinely. And if you stop and think about the people who you've really been around with the last 12 months, those are your ride. I don't like to say ride or die, but those are your riders.
Yeah.
Those are your riders. My cousin Dewan and I are extremely close. We had a little term back, and my girlfriend Saida used to call Dewan my cousin. But he is like my homie, and he's gonna tell me the truth. When I call Taisha, I tell Taisha, I'd be like, Taisha, we sound crazy on this phone. But I always tell her how and she calls me and I call her, but we're very transparent with one another. It's a no judgment zone. And in this space where you've been trapped in the house to work, to eat, to sleep, You need people who you can literally be transparent. And I tell people this,
Definitely.
no judgment zone. I ain't got nowhere to judge you.
You gotta have your tribe, as Ty say. Gotta have your tribe. Where is your tribe?
Essential to your sustainability, right? And when we come out of this, we'll learn how to dance different. We'll love differently. We'll share differently because this,
Build together. That's what we need to do. Build businesses together. We have to get into that rim of, oh, so and so business, so I need to do one. Collaborate together.
it's
Because
not
we
for
can
everybody to go around.
buy land together. We can all buy land together. It could be a group of us just buy land and just expand on the land, have our own farm, or you just never know. So let's focus on that. Let us focus on that
A
this year.
couple
Let's
of
try to
weeks ago, what was that? And Tasha's brother Kenny, he's so funny. He called and we stayed on the phone literally for 3 hours after the podcast. And I was like, all right, Kenny, let's think about something we all could come up with $1,000 and do. Because that's not a lot of money. But if you got 5 people that's with it and
yeah,
about it, $5,000 could do a lot of stuff. He was telling us about a couple of business ventures.
yes.
You need residual income. People are doing different type of network marketing. If that works for you, go for it. I don't knock anybody hustle at this point. If it's bringing you cash and it's on an honest scale, whatever. My cousin Michelle does ACN. She's in it, and I'm like, yeah, good for you, girl. I'll support you. I'll get identity theft protection. You know what I mean? But I can't put another password in my head right now. But yeah, if that's what you do, learn to support people. Who doesn't need identity theft protection? It's $80, I think, every 3 months. I could spend that in one day doing nothing. But every time something goes on my someone checks my credit, anything, it comes up. I think you could put up to at least 10 credit cards on it. It's dope. So I mean, I'm supporting her and I'm getting something out of it. What's $80? Nothing. And we have to get out of that. It's like, oh, I don't find out how you can support people. The smallest thing. The smallest thing. And I know by me joining was gonna push her promotion up. Go ahead, sign me up, whatever.
Right.
You know?
That's the same thing. I have a friend and she started her own business, decorating. Like you get all your seasonal decorations on your door with your mat and everything. Well, I subscribe to it. I'm like, okay, it's not but seasonal that you subscribe and she sends you whatever is for your door decoration for that
But you was
season.
like, that's nice. That's very creative. I would have never thought. And how
Yeah.
much does it cost? And what's the name of it, Tasha? Put
It's
it in.
Tammy Gillespie is her name, and I
Hey,
have to look at.
Tammy.
Yeah, it's Tammy.
I would support you
Well,
just
her
because you
her
have
real
my
name is
name.
Tamara. Some people call her Tammy
Okay.
Tamara, but I have to look it up again because now
Cool,
I don't
cool.
even remember
So
what
does
it
she send
is.
boxes like to other states or just for North
It's
Carolina?
everywhere. She's in everywhere.
Taisha.
She's actually
Taisha,
in
that's what's
Virginia.
up.
She's
Okay.
actually in Virginia, and I have
Who
to
would
look.
have thought? How
I have to
innovative.
have her on here because I don't want to mess it up. I think it's called Welcoming Box. Welcoming Box. Yes. And she's on Instagram. It's called Welcoming and then Box, actually. I have to get her on here and talk about it. It's really cool. My first box I got from her was right after Christmas, and it said love, joy, and peace on it. It's a big bracket and it's inside a wreath, actually.
How
And then
much is the subscription
the
how much?
subscription was like you select different ones. So it may be one
Okay.
for like $69, and then you pay your taxes on it. But hey, you're gonna
Who
spend
would
that
have
six.
ever thought though? Yeah, that's not. If you go to Home Goods, you already know how much that is. That was now that was I like that. I like
Yes,
that.
there's things like that here. Let's see what someone has something in here now. What's this? Taisha says.
Yes, Taisha gonna put me on.
Okay, so Taisha has something on here to speak to everybody about becoming a notary, a loan signer agent. Just telling you how much it costs. $25 for the insurance, a printer, a computer, $200 a signing, easy. Those are little things that you can be, and you charge
Listen,
them.
we all need a hustle. You better
Yep.
have one, honey, because I do. I have a full time job, a part time job. It's essential to my sustainability because after I pay the bills, usually sometimes it's not a little left, but it's a little left. But you want to save. I save. I pay my tithe. But I like money and I like to spend, and I don't like to count pennies when I go places and do things. So I like to spend money. So I have to make money. That's for real. And
Yeah.
I tell everybody, my PhD isn't about accolades. It's about making money. Because when I retire, I have a second career. I want to teach in prisons when I retire.
So
You
let's
know.
see. We got another comment on here.
Hey James.
Hey, James. James says, if you're feeling love, pass it on to someone that doesn't, because all our purpose is just to believe and have faith in God and will not lead you wrong. So love, peace, and happiness. Exactly. Just do it. When it's in your mind, don't even second guess it. Just do it.
That's right. And
Why not?
we were talking yesterday. My cousin Michelle and I were talking about. We were talking to her daughter-in-law, and we were talking about how she was saying her daughter-in-law was saying she was working at this place, and someone was having some issue, and we were like, all right, so what we need to do to, guy was saying he didn't have something. Like if you have extra TVs and extra stuff, I have so much extra stuff. I have officially become the old lady. I have everything in my house. You could be like, do you have a gray donkey with a stripe down? Oh, I think I got that in the drawer. So learn how to purge. Ty and I was talking because Ty went through this purging phase. Purge and give it to someone else. That's what we do. If you see something, shop. We all get out shopping, pick up something for someone else. Oh yeah, Kimaya has her own clothing line coming, Lux Apparel coming soon, and she's full figure, so she definitely glows up. She gives props to all the full figure women, and I'll have my Lux Apparel, and I will pay full price. And that's another way you show love. Stop asking for a hookup. When you get stuff from people who have businesses, pay full price.
And not only that, guys, just to hit on this note, because I'm all about people, we want to march and do this, but marching is okay, but we've been doing it for so many centuries. Hit them in the pockets. Stop buying their things.
That's how the bus boycott started. When they stopped getting on the bus, they made them change some things because the bus company, guess what, lost money.
Yes.
Financial residuals. Slavery was based on capitalism. It's all about the Benjamins, baby. You know that daggone song? It's all about the Benjamins. So when you stop paying and when you stop contributing to people, right now, it's so funny because I'm hearing that so many different corporations, oh, we're going to do this for minorities. Oh, really? But this is the deal. We're the biggest consumers.
And we
We're
can
the
do that for
biggest.
ourselves if we spend our money with each
But just
other.
stop spending it all and save your money.
You
How about that?
can. But if you're going to spend it on a black business. Why not? There are black farmers out there. I mean, I have one black farmer now that's supposed to be on here as a guest right now, but he's doing actually a live show about his black farm. He's an ex NFL football player actually. And I'm like, he's here in North Carolina. I'm like, I want to go to your farm. He has people coming up there volunteering. All races go up there and volunteer at his farm.
Where is
And
it?
it is spectacular. It's him and his wife, and he has children. The children help on the farm. They sell all types of meats and things. You just be surprised. So what if we buy our stuff from him?
So the
We'll make it
Amish is
big.
not the only people who do it, people. You don't have to
No.
only support, not to say you support who you want, but find, I mean, but the thing is, and I was telling my cousin this the other day, I was like, we all have these awesome little smartphones. Learn how to use them. You can Google anything you want. Google black businesses that have things.
Yes.
Support each other. It makes, in most predominantly, any type of neighborhood, they circulate money within the neighborhood. We're the only people who
Because
send out money outside the neighborhood.
if you go in the low income areas, who owns those convenience stores? We need to
And
own them.
that's what Tyreek was saying
We need to own
yesterday.
them. And I don't want to hear that we can't do this, because we can. You can do this. Just get together with a group of people, mind like people, speak about it. Get a group together. It's called
And you know
mind.
what, though, Tasha? Can I say this? You don't even
Yes.
have to get a storefront. You can do pods. I remember
That's
my girlfriend Sophia was doing pods where they had people who were farmers who were bringing in. They would like exchange things. So we go to these Costco's and these BJ's. Start your own pods where you're exchanging things between each other.
so right now.
Perkins Farmers Market in Durham. Do you have
And
a
this
that?
is black owned. So if you're in Durham and go to their market, buy
Thank you,
their
Gina.
things. I mean, that's what you have to do, because our feet hurt. We march a lot.
Then we go back to Taco Bell when we was marching in front of after we
Right.
burnt it
Like,
down and go
come
buy it.
on. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Yeah, You gotta hit him in the pocket. Trenton Jabu Jones has a convenience store. No, thank you,
Okay.
Ty.
So that's
Where
good
is
to
it,
know.
Taisha? Tell me where it is.
That's good to know. So things like that. Even if you can't find it, Google
And
it.
even in Newark, and I'm gonna Google it, and I'll have that for you. Maybe I probably won't be on the podcast next week, but there is a black beauty supply store. I am so sick of.
There's one in New York
I
that
laugh
a
so
young
hard,
girl
right?
owns. She's like in her 20s and own it in New
But
York.
I laugh, right? Because every time I love the beauty supply store. Anytime I go to a major city, Tasha will tell you whenever I come to Durham, I'm like, where's the beauty supply? That's like a trip to Disney World for me. But I'm like, it's always somebody else that doesn't look like us, and we're in here buying everything. Come on.
So
So,
this is another thing that I found out. I found out and just doing some research that some people grab their retirement money out a little bit early to do stuff. Do it and open up a business with it. Don't do it to, oh my gosh, I'm just going to grab a little bit of my retirement money to do, buy this for Christmas or buy that.
right.
Don't do that. If you're going to
But
take it
but
out,
Tash,
use it to, if it's going to help you, of course, if you need to pay your bills, but do it to do something to build yourself up or build on something that you're
but
owning.
Tasha and I will definitely can attest to this, right? When you're doing business, do business and do it fairly and do it honestly, right? So
Can you
you
say
do
that again,
business.
Tammy? Your voice is going in and out.
I'm sorry because I talk low. Usually that's when I'm being shady. I said when you do business honestly, do business fair, right? So if you're going to start a business with somebody, make sure you have a tax ID number. Make sure don't make it some old
Yes.
janky stuff. And everybody keep their hands on the table. If it's somebody moving strange, that's typically the one that's doing things that's strange. But I was just saying, do things properly, and then when you have tax ID numbers and things of that nature, when they have like the COVID relief fund, they was doing so much, they was giving money to small businesses. If it's a
Yes.
business, as if it's a legit business and it can be filed on taxes, guess what? You can still make things off of it, right? You write it off on taxes. So we also have to get out, and I'm big on that. And anyone who knows me will tell you, if you have a business, I'll be like, you got a tax ID number? Tasha does it too. Like, don't tell me
Yep.
about no mom and pop stuff that you're doing some crazy stuff. Because no, you need to pay taxes on things and be an established business.
And
And
a
make
tax
sure
ID is free. The only part isn't if you want to make it an LLC.
if it's a sole proprietorship, it's definitely free because Blessed with a Dime is a business. I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman. Like I don't play, and I have a contract because I got burnt before in the sense that I had did something for someone and it just went left. I have a contract who my friend who's an attorney who Kenya wrote up for me, and I literally will send you the contract and be like, this is the terms of my, my services. So make things official. If you're gonna do it correctly. I
Learn
have
that.
to shout out Ray Taboo for making me do that whole. That
Oh,
was my old coworker. He was like, "Tam, you have a small business in Midtown?" I'm like, "He's like, you need to do that. So make sure you make it legit."
so now we're pretty much 38 minutes into the hour. We're going to get Tammy to
Oh, y'all want me
give.
to read my little poem? I'm gonna read it from my phone, and it's not in front of me. Tasha be trying to be all politically correct. Y'all know I come from the number blocks. Anybody got time?
Five, four,
Wait a
three,
minute. Wait a minute.
two.
Oh, this is one. Let me tell y'all. This one is. I love this poem because it speaks volumes. Okay, y'all ready? All right. This is Phenomenal Woman by Maya Angelou, one of my favorite poets. Pretty women wonder where my secret lies. I'm not cute or built to suit a fashion model size. But when I start to tell them, they think I'm telling lies. I say it's in the reach of my arms, the span of my hips, the stride of my steps, the curl of my lips. I'm a phenomenal woman. Phenomenal woman. That's me. I walk into a room just as cool as you please, and to a man, the fellow stands or fall down on their knees. Then they swarm around me, a hive of honeybees. I say it's the fire in my eyes and the flash of my teeth, the swing in my waist and the joy in my feet. I'm a woman, phenomenal woman. That's me. Men themselves have wondered what they see in me. They try so much, but they can't touch my inner mystery. When I try to show them, they say they still can't see. I say it's in the arch of my back, the sun of my smile, the right of my breasts, the grace of my style. I'm a woman, phenomenal woman. That's me. Now you understand just why my head's not bowed. I don't shout or jump about. or have to talk real loud. When you see me passing, I ought to make you proud. I say it's in the click of my heels, the bend of my hair, the palm of my hand, the need of my care, because I'm a woman. Phenomenally, phenomenal woman. That's me. And Maya still speaks from the grave.
Speaking of that, we honor her, Maya Angelou. Speaking of that, today actually was
Yes, Tasha took the service from me.
the funeral service, the homegoing service of Miss Cicely Tyson. Um, Very phenomenal woman, superior woman, a go getter. She pushed paths for other actors. Um, I can't
Actresses.
say much. I can say so much about Cicely Tyson. I wish that I was able to, actually meet her in person. She
She
was
has
the
a school
first.
named behind her in East Orange, New Jersey. It's a
Okay.
performing arts school.
She actually was the first black woman to actually wear her natural hair on public TV.
She was ageless, time like for real. Like I never knew how old she was until one day they told me she was. I was like, she just is.
96.
She just never aged. She was like a time, like she was drinking from the fountain of youth. But I think a lot of times, again, let's go back to that self care. It's how you handle. If anyone who knows my mom is 77, and Tasha's like my mother's twin. She looks more like my mother than I do. But my mother tells me, she's like, you know why you look good? Because you're not mean to people. So I probably will look real bad, right, when I get
What?
old, because I'm always being
Let,
mean.
I think we have a comment on here from
Let's see.
Preston. Let's see what black love
Hey,
means to him.
Preston Dawkins. Black loves means so much to so many. Be or make a change in our community. That's right. That's right.
That's powerful.
Hmm.
That's
But
powerful.
that's the thing. It's all about positive. Ty is big on this. What vibes are you giving off when you walk in a room? What energies are you? Because energy don't lie. Sandy posted at your sister-in-law on Facebook the other day. Like your energy speaks before you do. Energies don't lie. What energy do you give off to people? What inspired you to read that one, Tammy? I just like that thing right there. It's James. That's like one of my favorites because phenomenal. What the phenomenal woman is just it's the epitome of a black woman, not a female, a black woman. Because just because you're a female doesn't make you a woman, right? So I think women are. You don't have to be loud. A woman comes in a room and she sits in a corner. One of my older, she was my older my hairstylist when I was a kid, and she says, "You want to be noticed? Come in the room and sit in the corner." You don't always have to be heard to be seen. And you don't. I can't
Exactly.
stand a loud woman coming in the room. I'm like, oh, here she go. No, you don't. Just sit in the corner. Your strength, your power is in your silence. Even though Tasha and I can't be quiet a lot. But you know what I'm saying. If I'm amongst people, I do, I usually I'll be like calculating the room, like, okay, who's the crazy one? Who's the one that talks too much?
That's sad you do
Who's
that
in here
because
for get out? But in my settings, I'm off. But yeah, I love that poem, James. Black love means so much to some. Oh, that's
we did
Preston.
read that one. Okay.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And then we have Key Meyer saying that my energy is life of the party. My personality is lit. I like to
That's
talk to
weird.
strangers and compliment people, encourage them. Yes, that's what we should do. That's what we're here for. Why not encourage each other? And
Kimaya was my
she says, I'm
student.
not the silent person.
No, but Kimaya is within reason. Kimaya was I met Kimaya in 2007, and they used to send people down the hallway to my office just to see what I was wearing. They'd be like, "Oh, she got these fly boots on," But Kimaya is like I'm telling you, she's one of my babies. I've watched her go through so much, but you have to be able to give off energy and encourage people. Like, what is life if you can't be life to people?
Right.
Bring life to people. As funny as I can be, as mean as I can be, people know I will give you. Parrish will tell you I will give you the shirt off my back, but it comes with a price. I'm gonna talk crap to you. I'm gonna haze you. I'm gonna probably say whatever, but try to bring life to people. You get one trip through this mother, right? What can people say, and what are people gonna say about you when you die?
Yeah.
And what people say about when you die, when you see people laying on their back with all that cake and makeup on. My pastor used to teach. He would when he had done a eulogy, and it says the dash. What are you going to do with your dash? What legacy are you going to leave? One of my favorite songs is "I Was Here, I Lived, I Loved." What do
What
you
did
do
you
with
do in the
people?
community? How did you impact people? How are they going to perceive that you were here in this world and you made a marker for
What will
you?
people say about you when you die? People lie when you live because you can come back at them. What how you see when you see people like I've been to funerals and it's empty. It's like yeah, this is who this person was.
Not
When you
right
see
now
those.
because COVID, nobody's really
Yeah, but
going
I'm
to
saying that's
funerals.
different. I'm talking about under normal circumstances, and what people say about you when you die is who you are. And what do you want people to remember you for?
Yep.
That's just it. So live
Yeah.
a life according to how you want to be represented and what legacy you want to leave. And if you are blessed to have had children, what are you teaching them? Taisha and I have sometimes have the best. She's really a good mom. My best friend Sherry's a really good mom. What are you leaving these babies? What are you giving these babies
Are
to?
you leaving
What
them a legacy?
because it's
What are
the
you leaving?
seed, right? The seed that you plant in babies. The Bible says, "Raise up a child in the way they should go, and when they become old, they will not depart from it." Tasha is her mother. Tasha mother, if she doesn't mind, suffers from dementia, right? So when I went to visit Tasha, I gave her mother my phone number. Tasha was like, "Oh, you're gonna be sorry about that." I was like, "No, no, no." So this is the funny thing to me, right? And I call her mama. So when she calls me every morning. She calls me every night. And my thing is, if a person has dementia and they can call you every morning and every night and say, "I love you," that's who they were.
Right.
So when
And
I
why
look
can't
at
we do
Tasha,
it?
but when I look at Tasha, I'm like, this is who she is. She's love. And Tasha is one of the most caring, sharing people, even though she gets on my damn nerves. But at the end of the day, who are you?
Yep.
Who are you and who you want people to know you as? And guess what? You can change that at any defining moment. If you're not in the greatest space right now, do things differently. But honestly, I just try to be my guys will tell you, my students, I go hard for my team. I have paid light bills. And it's not about doing it for accolades. It's about when people need, you know how we'll say a friend in need is a friend indeed. People
Yes.
need you when they need you. As long as it's not drawn out, you got to see how people come up. Be seen and not heard. Command the room is silence. Empress style. That's Tasha. Taisha's name on is Empress Tide. No one should know if you're having the worst day. Be quiet enough to know what energies to avoid and flock to the goodness. That's right. Energies lead. Because even if you wake up with a bad attitude, if you encounter someone who's good, your day will be better. A truly strong black woman demands respect and captivates with just her presence. No words. There you go, Preston. You said it
Perfectly
all.
said by a man.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
That's
You
awesome.
don't have
That's
to be
awesome.
loud, ladies. You don't have to be flamboyant. You can just be you, authentically yourself. Phenomenal. God made us all different. Do you realize there's no one on earth that has your fingerprints?
Yeah.
No one. It's a trillion people on earth. No two people have the same fingerprint. So God intentionally made you. Even if you came out of the worst situation, if you came out of drug abuse, God intended for you going to be here. So what are you going to do with what He gave you?
And that's why
He
I
gives
like
us
that
all the
poem.
same 24 hours.
And that's why I like that poem by Michael Wynn. Who you are. I embrace my uniqueness. I embrace who I am. I embrace everything that I've been through because it's me. It's part of me. I can't get rid of it. And you have to love on it. Because what's for you is for you, and nobody can take that away from you.
Now you
No
can
one.
delay it if you're not obedient,
That's
right?
true.
But what's yours is yours. You don't have to fight for it. You don't have to make a big stink about it. Just be prayerful. Hey, Chris. Chris is one of my babies. He's one of my students, one of my guys. Peace Queens. Hey, Chris. Congratulations on your engagement. Congratulations. I love Chris, and Chris don't laugh at me because I found out that Chris was an imam when he was inside. He has such a calming presence, and I'm like, he's different. So he is an imam inside. He was an imam when he was behind those walls, but everything about him is just calm. You're welcome, Chris. I love you. You know I do. But tell your fiance that I said congratulations. But just good people, and even when we're in our space and when we're in our office, we try to positive. And that's something else I would say. In that community, they share so much because they came from a place where you either shared or you didn't have anything. Not in the sense that you didn't have anything, but community is everything. So I watch
Yes.
my guys and I'll be like, these guys who were inside for 10, 20 years, they will be like, they share everything. They share cigarettes. I'm like, damn. But learn to share. Sharing
When
is caring.
yes, share your gifts,
And
share
that's
what you know. And that's basically how this podcast turned out to be, where we're sharing information that we may not know or others may not know, and we're trying to push it forward to get people just to hear it. Of course, we're looking for sponsors and things like that, but if we don't get them, Tammy and I will be here giving you this information, and just so you can pass it along, you know?
And this is love, right? We love it. It's a struggle. Let me tell y'all, I don't even understand the struggle. We argue, but we've gotten better. You see, we were condensed to two people. Dana has kind of fallen back just from doing some. She has to life, to deal with. She has daughters, but Tasha and I and I'll be like, Tosh, just do what you want. I'm not going to argue, but it's a lot for us, particularly for Tasha, because she's with child. And I'm like, Tasha, I can't do that board thing. I can't. And I've been praying for somebody. Siobhan, I'm looking for you, Siobhan. I'm not playing with you. I'm going to see, so I can alleviate that stress off her. But for us to come here and just to be able to share, it's a pleasure for us. But this is work. This is like a third job for me.
Yeah.
But it's essential, because what do people have? Love and hip hop? Oh, I despise that stuff. Because if you don't know Black people and all you ever see is Black women throwing wine glasses at each other, ain't nobody got time for that, because that's not what I do. And I don't know people who do stuff like that. But if you're a white person and you turn to love and hip hop, do you know what that says about our culture? It's disgusting.
And not only that, if we have a platform like that, why not spread love to our community? If you get to be on a platform, now Tammy and I are looking into actually a network. We're trying to get our own network, so be prayerful for us.
Mm-hmm.
We definitely want to get our own network, because we found out that even being on here, we don't own the things that we put on here, so we like to get our own network. So we want to pass it along, how you get your own network and do that. So we're doing a lot of research off and on, thinking about that. Currently, I actually make promo videos. I'm actually working.
Tasha does the video that you will see, that you've seen, and that you will be seeing. She makes it. But go ahead, Tasha. I'm sorry.
So I make promo videos for my sister's business. I'm actually working on a project now for a church. But little things like that, and it doesn't even have to be that much. I'm a giving person, so I'm like, you may ask me, and I'm like, well, it's free. You just never know. Sometimes you got to give, because you're going to get it back. You're going to get it back. It's satisfying to my heart, first of all. And for me to see us happy and smile and not be in that negative space, it means so much to me, because, that's what love is. And love is God. And that's what God is.
And not love is an action word. Love is what love does. People can say billions of things, but put your money where your mouth is. Like, let's see. Let me see your work. Love is definitely an action word. So put it to action and love on you. But this is the thing, right? And I always tell people this, and everybody know I'm like the person who people come to and speak. You can't give from an empty account. So if you don't love yourself, you can't give it. So when I see people who are nasty and cannot, there's some things going on deep. Because let me tell you about a happy person. If you follow my Tammy Joy page,
Definitely.
If you follow my Tammy Joy page, I always use some social media as a platform of giving energy and positiveness, right? And Ty will tell you, Tasha will tell you. But if you happy people don't do nasty mean things. So when you see people, I'm happy, and if you always got to say that, I don't know, but you can't give from a depleted account. You can't go get $1,000 at an account that's overdrawn with a zero balance. So people who act like that have zero balances.
And that's another thing. I just want to put it out there. I'm not a baby to this, but I actually buy stock. I like to teach people about it. So you can contact me if you want to learn about stock. The little bit that I do know about it, just invest some money that you have put aside into stock. You just never know how it will deplete for you. I was 23 years old and I had a mutual fund, and I pulled that money out to put down on my first house. I didn't know anything about mutual funds. I learned it from somebody else, actually one of my English teachers. Like, learn something and share it. Give it to us. Everybody else does that. They share it with their kind. So share it with us, Let us know these things. If there's like grants out there, someone don't know how to write grants, who's a grant writer? Definitely ain't me, but there's people out there that know how to write excellent grants and get you grant money. Like, share it, share it. love.
Yep.
So now we're at the
Hey, Ray
almost at the top
Tariq.
of the hour, 5 minutes too.
Hey, Ray. Hey, Ray.
Hey Ray, just like to say next week we're Tammy won't be on here, but I'll be on here, and hopefully I'll have another poet come on, a young man that'll be coming on doing his poetry for us, and we'll top it off about Black history and love for this month, and we'll be going into March. So we were supposed to spring forward to 7 p.m., but it's looking like
Hey, wait a
sometime.
minute. On that note, that's so funny. When I was on vacation last week, I was watching the news where I was, and they were saying that they're trying to do away with daylight saving, which was so interesting. So my cousin Michelle and I Googled it. We were like, where did it come from? It came from the Germans back in 1916 when they were like doing something with coal. And I think it was in 1930 that the United States adopted daylight savings, but they're like, enough of this time changing stuff. I think COVID then got folks over it, over it, over it. And there's something such as seasonal depression. So people were like, can we just keep the time in one thing, which was quite interesting to me.
So we have the poet that'll be on next week with me. His name is actually Tim Jackson from Raleigh,
That
Durham
was the
area.
one.
Huh?
The one was texting me his
So
crazy
yeah,
foolishness. Get
that's
off my
Tim
phone, Devon.
Jackson will be on there. So I'm very eager to get Tim Jackson on here from the Raleigh Durham area to recite one of his poems or two. You know, you just never know. Spring forward, yeah. We try to spring forward, but because today was President's Day, so happy President's Day to all the past presidents. Not all of them, but you know, some of them. But I was off and running so many errands, and the time slipped by me. You
And
know.
I wasn't off because Rutgers don't let you off because they give you the week between Christmas and New Year. So I don't get a couple of holidays, but I don't need to have vacation between New Year's and Christmas because they give us
So
the
we're
entire week.
gonna read the few comments we have, and we would like to just thank y'all for tuning in with us.
And Tasha, look
Don't
at that. We
forget,
did a whole hour.
guys, if you have a topic or inquire about anything, or even know somebody that can actually help us with our podcast as far as taking over the technical stuff, you know, send them to us. We would love to have them. So we have Chris on here that says to break the generational traumas we faced and face, which is true, we must commit ourselves to the healing power of love.
Right?
Exactly.
We
Love
gotta bring Chris on.
conquers
When I tell
all.
you Chris,
It conquers.
Chris is similar to like his vibe is like Tariq's, but just a lot calmer. Tariq is like my fire starter, but Chariez, you'll be on. I got to
Okay.
get you up here because you got a lot to say. You never know who this open conversation and self help you guys offers. So thank you,
Thank
Preston.
you,
It means a
Preston.
lot to us, and then it means a lot to me that you and James are always our ride or die.
I know I
So,
love it. When we first
yes.
started, thank
JD is like the PR person.
we love it. We like to just thank you guys for supporting us, James and Preston for supporting us through day one, pushing
Yes.
me. I mean, pushing us, Tammy and I
Mhm.
both, you know, pushing forward. Miss Barbara has been on here from day one.
Right.
Thank
And
you
she's
for that.
older, so it's
She,
that's right. That's
Miss,
right.
yes, Miss Barbara's in her 70s, and she comes on here at this time and pushes and looks for us. And she say, you know,
And
I'm
Tasha,
gonna
can
watch
I
y'all.
say this? In a
Yes.
couple, and I don't know, I'll bring, I was telling you all just a minute ago about my cousin Michelle who does ACN. I'm going to be bringing people on to maybe even Ray and different people who can kind of help you do residual income. So if people can sign you up to do some network marketing, hey, you got to give it a try, especially if you're not making money. Give something a try. You know, you got to put something in it to get something out of it. You know, but I'm going to start bring. We're going to. I want during my time when Tasha's on leave, I'm going to be bringing people in to try to help you guys make money.
All right. There go Miss Barbara said, God gave us two hands, one to help ourselves and one to help someone else. Be blessed, ladies. Thank you,
Thank
Miss
you.
Barbara. We love you.
Yeah.
So, guys, thank you for tonight and have a
Thank you,
great night.
Taisha. I love you. I love you. I
We
love you,
love all
Taisha.
you guys on there, actually, because I'm just amazed that you guys stuck with us. We appreciate you. Chemo Glow, again,
That's
that's a
right, Regina.
podcast
Thank
that's up
you.
there. Regina's on here, and she speaks about breast cancer. Chime into Facebook Live. She's on Chemo Glow Wednesdays at 8 p.m. So chime on the Chemo Glow. You know,
And we do at times. We support her at times as
you
well,
have
just
to
like she
support
supports
each
us.
other.
You
We
have to.
support.
It's essential. Right. It's
Chris is on
essential.
here too. Chris actually has his podcast. It's called
This
Bless.
is another one of my
Is
students.
it called Blessed Hands? What is Chris
No,
podcast?
left hand something. He got a couple.
Left-handed, and
Yes.
he has sports, and I get on there and I just
I
be
should be up there
talking about
fronting. I should be up there
sports.
fronting, Googling her information as she go along. I should be
I
fronting.
have to sometimes, I gotta support my black men too, So when they
That's
have a
right.
podcast, I'm like, I'm jumping on
I'm
there
telling
with
you,
them.
and I'm gonna tell you this, and we are at the hour time. I have had some of the best students during my 17 years in higher education. They are very supportive, and my students have become my family. Like Himaya, love my students. So thank you, Chris. Thank you, Chris Chariez. Thank you, Parish. Thank you, Himaya. Thank you guys for always being supportive. Yep.
And now, you guys, you have been fine and
And
tailored.
tailored.
Good night,
So I will see
everybody.
you guys next week, but I will see you the week after.
Good night,
Thank you
everybody.
for coming.
Love you.